Okay. So right away, it's how I like to show myself. If that is, if I'm usually calm, or at least that's how I like to present myself, that I've got things under wraps. And if that isn't quite, not that people are willfully lying, but if it's not quite reality, everything's going to get like ripped at the seams. It's just not going to hold. So we have to wake up to our authentic state. So to see it in truth, and then from there to be able to transition. So you might feel I'm talking to you. I think I'm talking to everyone. So just a deep breath in. Okay. Be prepared to change trajectory, plans. So we say we like adventure or changes or growth, but the most comfortable thing for us all is to stay on a predictable, somewhat predictable uh, path. But if we stay on a predictable path, we have predictable outcomes, which can be pleasant, but we're looking for changes. We're looking for huge shifts. No. Okay, we're looking for shifts. They don't need to be huge. Okay, but just consistent shifts into different trajectories and more of who we are. So the 3D you has heard about the 5D, has experienced some 5D, but it's as if they were at odds. If I'm talking about banking, constructing logical, solid 3D things, it's as if I leave the 5D at the door. Yet if I'm intending, manifesting, meditating in a spiritual practice, then the 3D stays at the door. It's as if we can't be the one being. So Aries is the I am. In all of I am, in the ego I am sense, in the I am. So it's the first sign in the zodiac. It's very me orientated when it's in the 3D. And so what they're asking today is to see if we can, again, because we've done it, but to align more like a mamushka doll, that the 3D is held within the 5D, and we become aware of the 5D and maybe even more Ds, instead of like twins, one over here and one over there. Okay, so It's all about embodying. So if we've never had an experience of being the bigger self, it's always a projection. So they want us to heal any reason, and whatever reason, for us to hold our spiritual or our higher self or our bigger self or our soul self, however you want to call it, separate from this being. It's literally, they're showing me it's like oil and water. And they only stay together when you shake it up. But as soon as you settle it, so as soon as you stop an action that involves both, they separate again. Okay. I'm asking, for example, so they're saying, for example, um, a holiday is somewhere else, even if it's in your own country, but you go somewhere else to have the holiday. You could have your holiday at home or right here, right now, or on the train. It's a state of consciousness. It's as if you need to leave something behind to have a different experience. And we are multi-layered, multifaceted beings. We can have a holiday and be at work at the same time. It's just difficult for your consciousness to grasp. But that's like saying when I walk into a bank, I leave my fifth dimensional being at home because I'm going to the bank. Yet if I were going to the gym, I would leave my fifth dimensional self because I'm going to the gym. But if I went to a yoga studio or a retreat, it's like I leave my rational 3D self aside. Everything is everything. So just see what resistances you have and don't quiet them down. Literally look for them. Well, this is what we've learned. Imagine the difference between not too long ago where there was no Wi-Fi or cell phones or technology, and now it's just a given. And being born at this time, I've seen children trying to swipe a picture on a magazine because that's what they see happening. So we have been so ingrained, so taught that to be matter of fact, down to earth, pragmatic is the way to be, that it's literally that's the reason why we need to separate, because our consciousness can't hold both together. Step into your energy. Okay, so there's a storyline for a huge amount here in consciousness. So because we're doing the karmic lens, it is about different realities. It's if you, for survival reasons, had to deny your spirituality or hide it uh, or it wasn't an option, then there's that information on some part of your lens. So a part of you, not the full part, might feel guilty about having denied it or having to hide it, and it's still a storyline. So I'm going to start moving things so you might feel angry or sad or neutral. Just allow your feelings to rise and to ebb and to go away. So now we're into this place. So it's as if it's narrow. It seems logical to your full consciousness that you had to squeeze down to narrow down into a small tight body. So it also feels logical, normal that you need to squeeze down into a smaller type of life. From an educational point of view, when we think about a bigger type of life, it's like fantasy or childlike. And so we don't know how to do it, how to access that. So then it stays, it's like it goes into that file, so that's where it stays. And there isn't much of a consensus, at least for our reality to latch onto, to say, oh, this is how someone does it. Or because if I were a swimmer, I could watch proficient swimmers or medalists, Olympic medalists swimming, and there's something to um, imitate. So if I'm cooking or if I'm constructing, there's an example, but there isn't on a consensus level, on a world consensus level, there isn't many people embodying their fifth dimension. So how do we do that? How do we live this magical yet not fanciful life? How do we become the embodied fifth dimension? And they're kind of laughing. It's like you're a body and you're wearing clothes and it's all you. So why can't you wear your fifth dimension? So imagine you've never swum before, and I'm asking you to come into the water because it's safe, it's okay, and it's something that you can try out and enjoy. And you're going, I don't know, I've never done that before. So something that is just atypical to you. Quantum consciousness, can you see that? It's just not done. I haven't done it before. Not consciously and not consistently, at least. So, quantum consciousness, can you find where that was my reality somewhere, at least for a moment? And awaken that consciousness. That allow yourself to be invited by yourself from a place that has consciousness. 2, 3. And if not, tap it to the morphic fields. There we go. You might be feeling the expansion. And if you're not, that's fine, just on a group level. There's something strange here. It's as if the mixture of anger and disappointment, like life should have been better, and now it's like that's the promise, but I can't do it. So there's this confusion. That's just what we're trying to untangle here. Just bear with me for a sec. And if that's what you're feeling, then there you go. That's the explanation. It's like I should have been there already, or it's why is this so hard if it's your own innate ability and yeah. So, just the last piece here. Imagine that each lifetime, even though your purpose in one lifetime might be to create a family, one is to be an inventor, when it is through these actions, it is to wake up, right? So um, it is the same story always. So it's a bit like I'm frustrated and it's like I've tried this before, so it's not happening. And so there's a disappointment and never mind. I'm satisfied that I'm pretty okay, or I'm a good artist, or so there's a level of um, seeing the positive, not but not shining. So these have all become the norm. So this is what we were talking about, that pressure building up. It's like if that is not my truth, really, it's just an adaptation. I'm going to feel that. I might feel before the shift, I might feel that frustration or that pressure or the high blood pressure or the overwhelm. So that place that I'm talking to, so if there's a place in you that has kind of given up, so imagine if you've tried, um, I don't know, something 7 times, 17 times, 27 times, and you've decided, well, that's just not for me. This is what it feels like, awakening or embodiment. I've tried it so many times, I haven't found it. And it's at the tip of your tongue, literally. It is something that is innate. So it must just not be for me. So I'll make do, or I'll distract myself with the 3D rather than the full embodiment. That aspect, find it, find it energetically or like a signature within you. There we are. Okay, deep breath in and come on back.